everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. This their first chance to take a look at Indiana this season.
In 2 games last season, they had a hard time against this team, both at home and on the road.
Yeah, real disappointment last year for sure. They don't want a repeat of that this season.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. I asked Coach what his plan was for trying to slow down Pascal Siakam, and he said to make him into a jump shooter. He does the most damage around the rim, so we want to force him out on the perimeter whenever possible. It's not an easy task by any means. We'll see if they're able to do this. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks. Halliburton right side. Here's McDaniels. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
Well, defensive plays like that are Dort's specialty. His active hands turning them over and jump-starting the break.
Siakam the screen. Pass to Turner. Lets it go from deep. Nails it from 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Going inside.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Halliburton, no good.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Driving in. Off target at the rim.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Here's Sunvolt. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. 8-point game. Pass to Turner. The Pacers again can't hit.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Sunvolt misses. Halliburton with the ball. Durant covering. And Indiana misses again.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Inside. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Pass to Turner. To the paint. Nembhard. Can't get it to drop. McDaniels with some nice D. Now here's Halliburton. Guarded by Durant. Halliburton outside. Sinks the tray.
Well, it wasn't a pretty start for him, but now he's got a bucket to build on.
To the middle. Here's Durant. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Pass to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Kicks it out to Siakam. 6 on the shot clock. Reed with the rebound.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
44 seconds left to play in the first. The rebound by Nembhard. Pacers trail by 7. Pass to Turner. Let's go with a 3. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. Turner's got 6 points.
And this is today's NBA. Big men like Turner spacing the floor with great outside shooting.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. McDaniels from long range. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Pass to Turner. Takes the 3. No good. And so it's Minnesota closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. Back after this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
Now here's Halliburton. Pass to Siakam. Back to Nembhard. To the inside. Here's Halliburton. And the dunk by Halliburton.
Oh, merciless jam by Halliburton. He's got some serious hops.
Now here's Durant. From behind the arc. Rebounded by Halliburton. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Now here's Durant. Continuing to put up the points, averaging 14 per game.
Turning up the intensity. Durant saw his chance and does not hold back.
Here's Halliburton. Pass to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Over Dort. Count it. Make that 3 of 7 so far for him.
You know, the shot of Halliburton is just so steady. You add in his driving ability. Tyrese is a scary offensive player.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said, it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your tattoos ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. 6 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And then Turner with the dunk.
Too easy for Turner. The defense has to put up more of a fight around the rim.
Here's Dillingham. Down low. Back to Gobert. Pass to Dillingham. To the paint. Oh, stolen by Turner. Right side Mathurin. Halliburton with the ball. The 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Dillingham. He's scoreless. Oh! Gobert hammers it home.
Yeah, nice timing in the pick and roll. Gobert finishing the job.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one too, assuming his countryman Victor Wembanyama doesn't start taking the reins.
Dillingham with the bucket.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Pass to Nesmith. A minute 15 left to play in the second quarter. Walker. And the jam by Walker.
Nice slam by the big man Walker, making his presence felt there inside.
Inside. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Well, that's why you feed Gobert near the rim. He makes the most of those easy opportunities.
There's a screen by Toppin. McConnell outside. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Here's Dillingham. To the middle. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
And just so mobile at his size. Once Gobert sets the screen, he rolls hard to the right spot.
To the inside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
He's going to hear from his teammates after that one. Not quite sure what happened.
And here's Dillingham from the arc. Knocks it down from distance. And it's a 10-point Minnesota lead with 2 seconds left. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves ending the quarter up 10. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it can even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. Nice shot by Turner.
The defense better watch Turner more closely because he can strike that fast.
Gobert up top. Here's Dillingham. He's got 5. Back to Gobert. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 9. And so they foul intentionally.
First team foul.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. Siakam looking it over. Pass to Turner. To the middle. And then Turner with the dunk.
Whoa, Miles Turner. Put that on his highlight reel.
Here's Sunvolt. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Into the lane. Outside Reed. The 3 is up. Counted from distance. Reed's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reed is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Pass to Turner. The 3. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
And he's really made his mark with the three-pointer today. And that's another big one.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in a hurry.
Here's Halliburton following the score by Minnesota. Beyond the arc. Reed with the rebound.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more. He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Now here's Halliburton. 7 points in the game. And here's Turner from the arc.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Sunvolt. He's got 11. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 12-3 run. And Chris Finch has called timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Substitution on court.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Inside, Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that tug.
McConnell goes in. And here's Bryant outside. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
They've also been showing a standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now. See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Here's the teardrop. Great D that time from McConnell. Pacers trail by 19. To the paint. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. McConnell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
There's the drive. Here's Gobert. And the layup is good off the glass. Gobert's got 14 points for the game. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Minnesota up 19. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Trailing by 19. Pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mathurin. Outside for Halliburton. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
And here's Durant. Shoots over Halliburton. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious. Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting.
Sunvold, that's good. Well, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Greg?
You know, B.A., a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up.
Pass to Sunvold. High post read. Here's Sunvold. Outside Durant. There's the triple. The rebound by Turner.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
There's a screen by Turner. Halliburton's shot is good.
And I appreciate how confident Halliburton is. For a guard, he handles himself well and deep.
Sunvold. That one falls. Sunvold's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
There's a screen by Turner. Halliburton on the attack. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. Lou Dort picks one up.
Nice focus on the finish. Turner making sure he did everything he could to muscle it in.
Here's Sunvold. And the league has made it clear, Grant, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, B.A., it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch.
And so he makes both from the line. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Now Halliburton. There's a screen by Turner. Back to Halliburton. And the dunk by Halliburton.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Timeout called. The Pacers. They're down by 20.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
The Pacers making a switch here. And the first one at the line is good. It's both from the stripe. Stan, you've always been known as the style police. We're used to seeing the home team in white, but you look around the league now, there's a lot more variety.
Yeah, and that's before you even get to the neon shoes some of these guys are wearing. The NBA palette, Brian, has gotten a lot more adventurous.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Timberwolves.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
Up top, Turner. Lets it go. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Pass to Durant. McDaniels a screen. Lets it fly. Durant, no good. And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. And here's Turner. Soft touch off the glass.
And you really want more of this from Turner. We all know how dangerous he is once he finds his rhythm.
Here's Sunvolt. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Can't believe you're mine. Loosen up, better